Hey guys, it's Derek. I'm the owner of Battle House Tactical Laser Tag out at the airport. Today we want to take some time to talk to you about the job position that we're hiring for. I've got Jesse and Ashley with me. They're two of the managers out here at Battle House. What we want to do today is kind of give you an overview of what the position is, the good, the bad, the ugly, so that if you get through the video and you say, hey, I do not want to work here, don't work here. Like, go find another job. We're happy to have you out as a customer in the future, but that's that.
You must be available to work Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
And also, since we work with children and also serve beer, you have to be able to pass a background check.
At Battle House, you'll play 90 minutes of tactical laser tag with realistic weapons in a 10,000 square foot arena resembling an indoor city. When you arrive, you will complete an online waiver, check in, and randomly be assigned a team. Once you check in, we'll start right at game time and bring you into the armory where the teams will be divided up to balance experience levels. If you have a group of 4, 2 will be on one team and 2 will be on the other. We'll brief the rules, how the equipment works, and get everybody geared up. This takes about 10 minutes, giving you an hour and 20 minutes of battle time. We'll start with a warm-up game to get you familiar with the arena and the equipment. The following missions reward teams with points. Each one lasts anywhere from 2 to 7 minutes. Our standard issue gun is the semi-automatic Raptor. 4 shots and your enemy is down. Dead players must return to their spawn point to re-enter the match. In addition, the standard issue upgrades include the Stinger, Shotgun, Sniper, Submachine Gun, AK-47, and M4. Each have different damage, magazine size, and fire rate. The arena also includes a 50 caliber mounted in an Armigator for some missions. Guaranteed fun for the entire family. Get your battle on.
Yeah, so just want to take a minute to tell you guys about Battle House and the company and some of the history there, my history. So I grew up in Wisconsin, went to college there, was commissioned into the Army. I was in the National Guard going through college. After being commissioned, I went to Fort Rucker, Alabama to complete flight school, and after that, we ended up at Fort Bragg. I've done multiple deployments to Afghanistan and other deployments that the Army sent me on. After that time, we really had enough Army fun, if you'd call it that. And my wife got a job down here in Wilmington, so we moved to Wilmington and started a family, had some kids, and really looked at, hey, what am I going to do next? I got my real estate license. I worked for the police department for a short time, but what am I going to do next? Meanwhile, my dad was working on starting Battle House up in Lake Barrington, which is outside of Chicago in Illinois. And really cool concept of laser tag that's fun for young kids, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds, but on up to the adults, their parents, and even their grandparents when they come out here for a birthday party. Grandma and Grandpa will have fun shooting the kids and having a good time.
This is not the laser tag most people are used to. The little plastic guns, plastic vests, running around for 15 minutes in the dark. It's tactical laser tag, mission-based. You'll play for about an hour and 45 minutes in a complex urban environment. This is Battle House.
So helping him get open, really looked at it and said, you know what, we need to do this in Wilmington because there's a big enough market and enough tourists to make this work here, and kind of lack of fun in this town at the time. So we opened up in October of 2015 and got up and running. It was right before Christmas time, but we got busy pretty much right from the start once we got the word out, and really just growing it from there. Our key thing is, everybody that comes out, we want them to have fun. We want them to tell their friends, family, neighbors, church groups, whatever the case might be, so that we get them back out here. And we do that by having awesome staff, which is why we're looking to hire to facilitate them having fun. We take care of a lot of that with the cool layout, the cool guns, airstrikes, and all that fun stuff. So as a field marshal, you're the person that's leading the games. We'll talk more about that here in a minute. But as we've grown, so I've been open, we just started year 4, getting into year 4. Dad started year 5. And he's since opened a second location in Milwaukee. So he owns 2. I'm working on opening a second location in North Carolina. In the meantime, we worked on setting up so we can legally sell franchises, and we sell all the equipment that goes along with running laser tag. So whether that's the the guns, the bombs, the cubes, the airstrikes, all that stuff we've developed, and we can sell to a potential franchisee, whether that's in North Carolina or other states around the U.S. I hope to have the second location in North Carolina open this year in 2019, as long as we can get everything to line up for the construction and the build out. So last year and the year before, we had over 20,000 customers come through. That's a lot of repeats, but in general, about 50% of our customers are brand new. Love the repeat customers. Why? Because they've already been out here, had fun. They probably came back out with a different group of friends this time, whether that's colleagues, church group, or soccer team, whatever the case might be. We also try to do a ton of fun events. We do zombie nights. We did a May the 4th event. We roll some of those into fundraising events and donate to nonprofits or help the local actor groups. Around Halloween, we normally try to do tons of zombies or zombie clowns and really have it so that repeat customers have something new to come out and do, but it also attracts brand new customers looking for that fun thing and something they can do in town with their friends. Our big go-to thing is the birthday party weekend traffic, but we do a ton of weekday, off hours, team building, work, school, church groups on the weeknights. Yeah, so now I'm going to just turn it over to Jesse and Ashley. They're going to kind of just give you a good rundown of what's cool about working here, what kind of the not fun parts or the sucky parts about working here, because every job has that, it's work, but really how we make it fun for the staff and for the customers.
All right, so what is it like to work at Battle House? Well, some of the good things I enjoy about this job is welcoming customers in. A lot of them are first timers and they've never been out before, and they're kind of expecting a more arcade, like kiddie type laser tag. So whenever they see that we have realistic weapons and you're doing scenario games, they get really excited. So it's really fun to talk to them and get them all hyped up to play. That's one of my favorite things, I guess.
A couple other things for myself. Keeping the games fun. You're interacting with the customers for an hour and a half back there, so making sure they have fun is a lot of, when they have fun, you have fun while you're here. We're also a really tight-knit group here, because it is a small business here. It's not a corporation, so you have a little bit more say in kind of what goes on here as well.
Yeah. Not everything's good. There are some bad and ugly kind of features to the job. One of those is we do clean a lot, but that's because we have high standards. We want our customers to have the best experience ever, so we want our facility to look the best that it can. So even if you're used to talking to customers or you're doing that more person-to-person kind of work, you do also have to be able to be flexible enough to go clean a bathroom if we need you to. So it does get kind of repetitive, and you have to always be checking on things and see what can be done better. But that is part of the job. That's just something you have to do. So if you're not about it, then you have to figure that part out.
Along with that, the briefs that you're doing here, they are going to be repetitive. You're pretty much saying the exact same things over and over again. You will be getting asked a lot of the same questions by customers. Could be the exact same customer. You'll have the same question every single game. You got to be nice with a smile on your face like it's the first time you've ever heard it. Answer their question correctly so that way they can continue to have fun. A lot of things, some other things people don't like, the ability that you're not allowed to have your cell phone on you while you're here. That's got to stay locked up or in your car. Once again, Ashley said cleaning. That's a big thing we do here, making sure our establishment stays well clean for customers. But at the end of the day, as I said, we're a tight-knit staff here. We like to have fun. The customers like to have fun. So it just makes this place really awesome to work for.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so I want to take a little bit of time. I'm sure you read the job description posted online there, but if not, I just want to hit some key highlights. So the main part about this job is it's really public speaking. You could be talking to a group of 10, or it could be 30, 60 people, depending on how big of a work event it is or school group that comes out. Once the customers get checked in, if you haven't been out here and played, they get turned over to the field marshal referee in the back, and you guys have them for an hour and a half. So you've got an hour and a half of time with our customers where you're presenting the games, missions and briefing them and making sure they're playing the game safe and enforcing the rules. But that's a long period of time where you can really make sure people have fun. Or the flip side is you could make people not have fun if you're being a jerk or being rude. So the goal always is fun, safe, and we want them to come back with themselves and their friends. And that's what you guys are going to facilitate. You're really the face of the company. Talk a little bit about our training programs. We've got a pretty well developed training program. It is 14 calendar days. There are multiple tests throughout there. You will not work every one of those 14 calendar days. We'll give you the training videos and the written out rule briefs and what we expect to talk about the next day you come into work. But you're going to have to do some at-home study to make sure you can pass the test at the end and in between. If you don't, we're going to part ways with you. Wish you the best of luck in your future, and hopefully you'll find something in town that you can do that is fun for your path. But you're just not going to be a good fit here if you can't get the training completed in that amount of time. Once you're really trained, which normally takes about another month to 3 months, then we'll start doing that profit share that we have for the staff, which is based on team goals. And we'll talk more about that later once you're on board. But that profit share adds anywhere from $1 up to $2.50 per hour to the staff's pay. It's paid bi-weekly based on team goals of sales, customer tags, and social media likes and shares. And if the staff hits the goal, that profit share is divvied up based on the percentage of hours you've worked in that pay period. We do a direct deposit. It hits your account normally every other Thursday. So as long as the first one goes in, that's fine. You're going to just get paid every other Thursday. So we do need a bank account where we can deposit money for you. If you don't have a checking account, you will need to set one up. Scheduling is always a big issue. A lot of other employers in town don't like to let their staff know much in advance of when they're working. We do our schedules at least 2 to 4 weeks out. Jesse normally does the schedule, and he normally knocks out 4 months at a time, and he'll post it 1 month out. So it's pretty uncommon that you would not know when you're working. Also, if you're the Wednesday night guy and Saturday morning guy or gal, you're going to work every Wednesday night and every Saturday morning until you or another staff member tells us that needs to change, right? Changes happen because of school schedules or other family commitments you might have, but in general, you'll be this day and that day. There's no like, hey, we're just going to swap it up this week because we feel like, we don't want you on Wednesday night. We're just going to randomly switch you to Thursday. We're not going to do that without talking to you about it. Other cool things we've added in this year is some benefits that are available to staff. It's kind of like an a la carte option. If you're still on your parents' plan, there's probably no need for you to get this, but if you're off your parents' plan and you need some coverages, we have dental, accident, life insurance options. If I can hire enough people with glasses, at some point we'll add vision coverage. I need at least 5. So if you've got glasses, you already got a leg up on the rest of them there for us getting coverage. Yeah, so the difference of working here versus a big company is really, we're that small, tight-knit staff. We expect everybody to show up on time, ready to go. If one person no-shows on us or shows up late, we don't have 2 or 3 extra people on staff for that time. It really hinders us making sure the events run smooth for our customers, right? So we need to have that upheld at a high standard. And that's probably the main difference. And there's a lot of other stuff. We're selling fun, and the staff, the customers, everybody coming out here is looking to have fun. So if you compare that to stocking a shelf or waiting tables, we kind of got them beat hands down. So really look forward to working with you guys. I'm going to turn it back over to Jesse and Ashley. They're going to kind of just talk through some common questions that people have prior to working here.
All right, so to respond to some frequently asked questions we normally get from new applicants, the first one we hear a lot is, how many hours per week will I get?
So the amount of hours per week you're going to get is one based on your schedule, because a lot of people, if they've got school or another job going on, so we try to work within that. It's also your ability to brief the games correctly. The more you know here, the more you're going to work, because the more we want you to be here and do things correctly. Along with that, there's also a lot of availability as far as outside of hours for private events that come through, or different things that we have going on outside of our normal base hours.
And then regarding the uniform, what do we wear?
Uniform, you'll get issued a Battle House t-shirt, khaki pants or shorts, comfortable shoes, don't wear Crocs or sandals or flip-flops, and just make sure this looks pretty right here.
So guys, hopefully you've heard some good stuff today, and based on what you've heard, you're at one of 2 places. Either you're like, hey, this is an awesome company, I can't wait to work here. If that's the case, we look forward to seeing you at the second interview that we've already got scheduled and getting to learn a little bit more about you. If this isn't for you,
Best of luck in your future, and we hope to see you out here as a customer.